Hello. I am here to talk to you about the ways of the Force and the ways of the Jedi. I am not a Jedi Master. I am but a mere Padawan learner. I'm a Padawan. That means there is a Jedi Master out there that has taken me under his wing. But since we have this technology and I have my off time right now, I am supposed to be sitting in my room meditating. But I decided to take this time to talk to you about the ways of the Jedi and the ways of the Force. And how we Jedi separate ourselves from the Sith. Now, to become a Jedi, or the rules of being a Jedi, I should make it perfectly clear. The rules of being a Jedi are simple. You are selfless. You use your feelings and not your emotions. You are caring. You are kind. You are the keeper of the peace. You, as a Jedi, cannot get involved in relationships. You cannot have other relationships with family. The Jedi is your family. They are your teachers, your mentors, your everything. You will not have relations with women, sexual relations. Therefore, a Jedi cannot marry. A Jedi can never marry. Now this rule, of course, was broken by Anakin Skywalker. This is a new order of Jedi. Everybody knows that the original Jedi was all murdered. Even the younglings were murdered by an Anakin Skywalker. Actually, not Anakin Skywalker, but Darth Vader. But you see, what happened was Obi-Wan Kenobi came back from the other realm, the nether realm, where a Jedi goes when his body dies. The Jedi know how to come back from the other realm, but not in a physical form. But they can still talk, they can still walk the earth. But they are no longer in their physical bodies. They can no longer fight. But they teach us things. So, to make the long story short, Obi-Wan Kenobi came back. And of course, you are aware that Luke Skywalker was still alive. Luke and Leia were still alive. So, what happened was, Luke trained Leia in the ways of the Force. Now, even though Jedi aren't supposed to marry, they're not supposed to have children, well, Leia was not technically a Jedi. So what happened was, her and Han Solo did end up getting married. They did have children. And these children, when they were born, Luke took them while they were a mere infants, and taught them of ways of the Force, because Leia had the same I can't explain it chemically. But anyway, these things that were inside you, how strong you are with the Force, those were in Leia. So she had the children from Han Solo, of course. Those children were trained as Jedis. Of course, Luke is now a Jedi Master. And see, And then regular people from off the street had these chloroforms? No, that can't be right. Anyway, they had the strength, the force within them. And see, I was one of those people. I am not related to Luke or Leia or anybody. Well, of course I'm not related to Luke. But anyway. So, I'm just a Padawan learner, so I will teach you now. Okay, you cannot have sex with women. You must be selfless. I think I already said all that, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, I'm sorry. Now, let's talk about the sith. We have another 5 minutes left, so we will talk about the sith in this next 5 minutes. The sith are the opposite of the Jedi. They use their anger, their hatred, and their jealousy. They use raw emotions. And most of these emotions are of anger and hatred. So they use their anger and hatred. And the anger and hatred grows strong within them. And they use these emotions to become a Sith Lord. They become more powerful than any of the Jedi. But it's the wrong kind of power. And these Siths, they do just about anything. They get married, they have kids, they do just about anything. But they don't have time to have kids, but they're always going around having relations, if you know what I mean. Because they don't care about their bodies. They're not in tune with the Force, with the light side of the Force. They're in tune with the dark side of the Force. So that's basically how a Sith work. Like I said, they use anger and hatred. Anger and hatred. Whereas us Jedi, we use compassion and love. And understanding and patience. Oh, man. You've got to have a lot of patience if you want to be a Jedi. I'm just barely learning this. Because I have always had a bad temper. And, of course, Master Luke, who is the head of the Jedi Order now, of course, he gets his... Of course, he still gets advice from Master Yoda and Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because they come to him because they learned to cross over into the netherworld. So they talk to him through the netherworld. We have never seen Master Yoda. We don't know anything about him. But apparently there are 3 Jedis that passed over into the netherworld. There was Yoda, Master Yoda, there was Master Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Master Anakin Skywalker. Apparently when you pass over to the netherworld, you automatically become a Jedi Master. Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, Anakin was in his, 50s? When he was killed. So, 20 years later, 20, 30, 40 years later, come on. Anyway, 20 to 30 years later, I'm sorry. Got carried away there. Anyway, that's a brief explanation of the Jedi and the Sith. And I hope to see you next time on my Explains the Jedi, where we will learn all about the use of the lightsaber, which I am no way, shape, or form a master at the lightsaber, let me tell you. I will show you your basics, and for that I'll have to take the camera outside, of course, and I will show you the basics. That's in the next show, though. For this show, we have plumb run out of time. This is Padawan Jeremy saying, may the Force be with you always.